In this video, let me explain some issues with the bool type in C++. As you may know that the C++ language was built upon C language. So when you write the code for C++ and compile it, all the C language is also working for that. So, but to the bool type, that was added only on C++. So bool type was not available in C language. So because of that, bool type, we need to use it a little bit carefully, especially if you deal with the older legacy code. So let me show you what I mean by that. Here, as I declare a bool type of variable and then assign true or false value, and then I can print the value of k on the screen. Then instead of a true false, the 1 is printed on screen instead of true. So if I assign false value, then 0 is printed. So even if a bool type was added on C++, internally it is translated into integer, and the true is 1, false is 0. Those integer values are actually used. So if I assign integer 1 instead of true, so that still works. So as I compile and run it, so bool type is actually integer internally, and then 1 and zeros are used instead of a true and false. So if you do something like this, if k and then see out k is true, else see out k is a false. So if you write the code something like this, then even if I assign 1 here, compile the program and run it. I forgot to save the code, so let me compile, run it. So k is true is there. So here, even if I give an integer value 1, that's treated as a true value. So even I can declare k as integer. So let me compile the program and run it. Still k is regarded true. So integer and then bool are internally the same thing. The bool is actually translated as integer value internally. So because of that, in C language, of course, there was no bool type, then int type is used instead of a bool. So when you define a function, something like this. So let's define a function which returns true or false based on integer provided, or even or odd. So in C++, we would write the code. This one is even function, given integer. Let's return true or false. If n is even or not, then we know that if n modulus 2 is 0, then it's a even, we return true, else we return false. That's what we do in C++ program. Then here, let's call the function is even with a k provided. Then we say k is even, or we say k is odd based on that. So let's test this program. Clear the screen, compile the program, and it's not declared, so it's even. So I had a typo here, is even. Compile the program, run it. So k is odd, so that's what we expected. So if I give a even number, then I expect that k is even comes. Then in C language, since bool type was not available, we declare instead of a bool, we use int, and then true false is not available in C language. So instead of true false, we return 1 as true and 0 as a false. Then the same code should work. So let me compile the program and run it. So exactly the same way it works. So in C language, so if this is a C style, that there was no bool type, then simply use int type, and then true is 1 and false is 0. So that's how you deal with it. So even in C++ language, to make it compatible with all the C language, some programmers use this way. Choose to use int type instead of a bool type. So as a student, you need to be aware of this one, because when you deal with some C++ program, many of the codes could have been written compatible with all the C style. So just be aware of that. Bool type and int type are compatible and the same.